Izzy, what was today like for you?
Today was like just a day for me to show out. You know, I was motivated after not participating in the combine, so I know today was a big day for me. So I just wanted to show out.
You feel like you opened some eyes out here?
Definitely did. But it's nothing new to me for sure.
Izzy, it feels like you're an athlete who's kind of built for stuff like this. Would you agree with that? That you're kind of a guy who's built to thrive in a combine setting like this?
Definitely. During college, we did a lot of combine prep. You know, I did a lot of numbers like this, so I was just waiting to show up on the national base.
Are you feeling healthy now?
Oh yeah, definitely healthy, yes sir.
Do you know what your 40 time was? Have you heard?
They said between a 4.26, 4.32 in the last one, so I'm not really sure what the official time is.
Was it a motivator? Like, I'm going to show these guys that I should have been in the comp. Is that something that's been driving you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just me not being in the combine, but participating in the combine has motivated me since that day. Just watch everybody else run.
What do you want NFL teams to really make sure they know about you?
I want them to know that I'm dedicated, disciplined, humble man on and off the field, and you know, I'm a great player. I'm a great man, for sure.
Izzy, you just turned 21 this past fall. Did you anticipate this whole process taking place this early in your life?
I actually turned 20 years old.
Oh, 20, that's right. Yeah, you're not even 21 yet. So, I mean, did you imagine this happening so early for you?
In a way, kind of. You know, I've been working since I was 4 years old. I always played a division up, and I always been the youngest one. So I kind of knew, I was kind of prepping for this to happen. But, you know, I'm thankful. God bless.
How many NFL teams have interest in you think, right now? Do you know? Do you have it narrowed down?
Probably about, probably in the 20s, but hopefully over 32 after today.
Are the Steelers one of them? And have you talked to them and met with them, or what do you think of that?
Yes, sir. I kind of had an informal meeting. Well, I was supposed to have an informal meeting with them at the combine, but time issues. But they reached out for me, questionnaires and all.
What are some of the NFL teams telling you about your chances to get drafted, where you're going to make you drafted, and what your role you might play in the league?
They didn't really get into that. They just really asked questions about me, try to see where my mental is in football. So they didn't really get into none of that yet.
What kind of questions they ask you?
I just asked what's my six-man protection, what man you picked up on the film. They show a lot of film work.
Izzy, what's the one thing you really wanted to prove today, and do you feel like you proved it?
I wanted to prove everybody that I had the ability to catch. And also I could break away my breakaway speed, because a lot of people still thought like I couldn't really break away, so I really wanted to show them my 40.
Are you surprised they didn't believe you had breakaway speed? Did they not watch the games at all?
I actually was surprised when they talked about that, so I'm gonna show out my 40, let them know.
It feels like when anyone watches your tape, your speed is the first thing that pops off, but you also showed explosiveness with the vertical and other things. What are those parts of the game that you think that are underrated when people look at your tape?
People don't really look at how I burst through the holes, how I break through tackles. Just me with my speed breaking through tackles, A lot of people don't really realize that. They just see, okay, he's just a breakaway runner, he don't really got the ability to catch outside the backfield, which I showed. So,
A lot of the running backs that ran close to like the times that we're talking about in your 40 that were at the combine, they were like under 200 pounds. What'd you weigh in today at?
217.
So you're bringing in some serious weight. Is that another factor that you think weighs in for you?
Yes, sir. Speed and power, great combinations. So I always thought like that.
If you were asked, would you return kicks at the next level too?
Yes, definitely.
Have you talked about that with NFL teams?
Definitely. Kick return, punt return, all special teams. I involved just to be on the field. I love it.
Izzy, what has this process been like? Is it starting to feel real, like you're weeks away now from the draft?
Yeah, at first it was a lot of ups and downs, it was a lot of, man, like, should I have left, should I did that, should I have did this or that, but on and on through the process, it just kept showing me, like, yeah, this was meant for me, this was meant to be, so, and with the weeks away from the draft, it just eye-opening.
What have been some of those moments that have shown you, okay, this is exactly the path I'm supposed to be on right now?
Definitely recovering from my hamstring injury, me coming back and hitting good times during combine prep, down in Tampa, and it was just me eye-opening, like I said, just showing me, like, don't quit, just keep going.
How much have you leaned on your teammates or old teammates during this process?
Oh, definitely talk to my teammates like every day through the process. Definitely when I was down in Tampa, just telling them how the process is. Them giving me advice, keep going. A lot of motivation, especially after my hamstring injury. Just saying keep going, don't quit, and I just listen to what they say.
Izzy, what sort of feedback did you receive today from scouts or coaches?
Oh yeah, they said I was rolling.
Rolling?
Yeah, they said I was rolling. So I was like, I appreciate that.
Izzy, do you recall I think 3 years ago when you first got here, you broke off like an 80-yard run that kind of blew up. I mean, you remember, like, how much have you grown from that, and can you kind of picture yourself back then to what you are right now?
I grew a lot from there, and I just knew how to really run back then. I didn't know how to pass pro. I had trouble catching, you know. But I grew, throughout the 3 years, I grew a lot. Learned a lot of pass protection, who to pick up, assignments, how to really block, you know, because I didn't learn none of that through high school, literally. I was just getting the ball. So, like, when you saw that kid running for 80 yards, that was just me just running, just showing them I could run the ball. But now I'm a complete back. I could do anything, any coach want me to do. I could do special teams. I'm a complete man, a complete back.
You think today can move you up in the draft boards? And where are you guessing? Where's your camp telling you're going to go in the draft?
A lot of people really didn't tell me my days and whatnot. I didn't really think about it as hard too. For my mindset, I just really wanted to get drafted. That's my main goal. Since I was a kid, just make it to a team, and I'll show them what I could do when I'm in the NFL.
You run an impressive time. Eric ran an impressive time today. Brandon Hill was the fastest safety. Kalajic was the fastest defensive tackle. What makes Pitt players so fast?
I just say Coach Stack and coach the strength staff definitely. We did a lot of work, lower body, straight upper body. A lot of work on the field, tempos. We just moving. We never stop.
Izzy, how are you going to spend the next few weeks, and where will you be for the draft?
Well, I'll be back home, my family, Brooklyn, New York for the draft. I'm spending the next few weeks down there with my trainer, doing a lot of field work, a lot of lifting just to get right for after draft, rookie minicamp. So I'll just be back home with my family, celebrating this wonderful day.
Is that the same trainer you had back in high school, or are you rolling with the same guy still?
Oh yeah, definitely the same guy. I got a couple trainers, Coach DeVal Ellis, Coach Dolo, and Coach CJ. So.